I don't know if you've heard this story or not, and I don't know if this is going to be popular or people are so politically correct these days that they're gonna shy away from the subject. But I'm just really ready for anything about gays in the news to just be over and for gays to just be ignored like the rest of us. Okay, you got the gay marriage passed, and people are cracking down and saying you absolutely must recognize gay marriage. Okay, good. And I'm saying, like the rest of the middle class of the United States of America, you want to be normalized? Okay, normalized means that you're going to be ignored. The news is not going to report about you. You're not new, shiny. You're not the it girl. You're going to go by the wayside. You want to live in happily married bliss like the rest of the middle class who are not reported on? How many stories have you heard about middle class happily married people? None. How many movies do you see about happily married anything? None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. So this story, I believe, should be an outrage. So they have written legislation in Houston, Texas, and they're going to pass it to the mayor to sign, to endorse, right? And the legislation is anyone saying anything bad about gays in churches is subject to criminal charges. Now, I'm sure you're sitting there and going, oh, well, that's not going to pass. But here's the deal. And I don't have confirmation of this. I don't know this personally, but this is what I have heard. The mayor of Houston is a lesbian. Does that raise your eyebrow right there? And they're even saying that they can go onto the websites of these churches, see what they have said, and arrest the minister. They're going into overdrive. I'm a libertarian, so for me, the entire question of marriage and blah, 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 blah is not a question for the government to begin with at all. But the powers that be in the homosexual whatever, and it's 99% lesbian. It's not the men. At the crux of the matter has always been the lesbian community, not the homosexual men. The homosexual men have had this sort of live and let live sort of thing going on. And I had a homosexual man tell me it's because lesbians don't get beat up. So they say all sorts of things. I think his reasoning was that lesbians feel emboldened by the whole women's movement. At the core of the radical feminist movement are lesbians, not regular women. So they feel emboldened, and so they feel that they should press the issue at every turn. And this seems to coincide with what he said. Now, are you feeling outraged yet? This is on the level of the Muslims, You can't say anything bad about Muslims. The politically correct laws and what have you will come and throw you in jail if you say anything bad about Muslims or his Prophet Muhammad. They'll put out a hit on you, a fatwa or whatever they call it. This is outrageous, and this is at a governmental level of a major city in the United States. This is not some little podunk town. This is Houston, Texas. Can anybody confirm what I've said? Like I said, I don't have confirmation that she's lesbian or anything like that, but this is what my sources are reporting. This is outrageous. Everybody in that legislature, in the city council, in the city council, the mayor, everybody should be arrested and tried for treason. This is directly in the Constitution, and the violation of such fundamental rights as freedom of religion, freedom of speech, direct violation. This is outrageous. Tell me what you think about that. Thank you for watching the Shep Kama Live Show. And please like the video, give it a thumbs up so I can continue bringing these reports. You know what? I like I said, I'm libertarian. I don't care. I don't think they should have gone to the government in the first place. They should have done their marriages and tried to get the private companies to go along, because that's what this is all about. They want to get insurance. They want to get visitation rights. They want to get other rights for married couples. And everybody keeps picturing in their mind gay men. It's not gay men who are doing this. It's lesbians. Like I said, the gay men are sort of live and let live. At the crux of all of this is lesbians. And like I said, the inner circle of the third wave movement of the radical feminist movement are lesbians. Are the pieces clicking into place for you when I tell you that? Does it confirm your suspicions about a lot of things that it should click into place. Oh, it's lesbians that are making the movies and the entertainment industry and the music industry do this, that, and the other. Even video games. As far as we're talking about radical feminism. Lesbian. Things should click into place. Like I said, I don't care. And I'm saying that the entire homosexual community is being used for an end that they don't even realize is ultimately going to hurt all of us. You really don't want to destroy the structure of regular marriage. And oh, that's politically incorrect. You can't say regular marriage. Yes, regular marriage. Boy meets girl, they get married, they have children. Boy meets girl, they get married, they have children. Boy meets girl, they get married, they have children. Thus, the human species is continued. Period. Point blank. No issues of religion, no issues of race. Boy meets girl, they get married, they have children. Boy turns into a man, basically. When he meets girl, they get married and have children. Woman turns into a homemaker. When she meets boy, get married and have children. The psychology of the entire situation changes because now two individuals now have a responsibility to each other. They have a child and now they have a bigger responsibility to protect and preserve not only their lineage, but the life of that child. And that is what our entire society as humans, I'm not talking about Americans, as humans depends on. That when these individuals come together and form a union and then have a child, that all of their scatterbrains and I can do what I want to, I'm independent, blah, 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 all of that stupid rhetoric goes away when you have a child, when you get married and have a child. That does not happen in any other situation. They've already studied it. That's why insurance companies don't offer reductions for people who are not married. Insurance is reduced for age, but it's not reduced for married with children. Not to that degree. All right. They've already studied and calculated and have quantified the psychological change of married with children. Married with children. You say, well, they can adopt. Not the same thing. They have even quantified barren couples who have adopted. It is not the same thing. It's not. They have quantified it. They have calculated down to the penny. This is how this is going to go. This, on average, this is how this is going to react. The largest psychological change in a man is when he gets married and has a child. The largest. Nothing else in his life compares to it. Nothing. Got a raise, doesn't compare. Got a huge promotion, doesn't compare. I jumped up all the way to vice president of the company. Does not compare. Doesn't even meet the bottom of the change that occurs when he has a child of his own flesh and blood. And same thing with a woman. Now that should click into place, and the wheel should start turning about these people who have children and aren't in wedlock. There is no change there. They are still individuals. And that's a fundamental breakdown on a level that's beyond the scope of this video. It is not the same thing. As a libertarian, I'm telling you, the homosexual community, you're being used, you're being played, you're being exploited. Same thing with feminism. You're being exploited, women. It's not used for your benefit, it's used for somebody else's benefit. And I don't mean to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I think it's a fact. Rome was destroyed from divorce, not from barbarians coming in. The destruction of Rome happened internally, not externally. And the destruction of the American empire, and it is an empire, is going to come about from internal strife. This thing in Houston is outrageous. And I can't even believe that they would think that they could get away with it. But they are, people are asleep. They're asleep. Thank you for watching the Chicano Life Show.